Welcome to Pagan Perspective Subs Week. This is Tara. I'm sorry that I've been missing you guys, and I'm sorry that my microphone is terrible, but I can't find my actual microphone, so hopefully this will be okay. Happy birthday to Pagan Perspective and to Kara, who I already wished happy birthday, so I don't know why I'm wishing you happy birthday again. Our topic for this week is themed rituals. This topic is really sort of in three parts. The first part is, if we were going to do a themed ritual, what theme would we do and how would we go about doing that? The second part is, if we were going to do a Star Wars ritual, how would we make that happen? And the third part is, if we were going to do a Harry Potter ritual, how would we figure out the details of that? So, as something of a science fiction fantasy nerd myself, I am totally okay with this. Stories and characters are really important to me, so I really like the idea of bringing that into ritual, which, in a way, I kind of already feel like I do, but in a mythic character kind of way. As far as what theme I would pick, if I were going to pick any theme, oh my god, I don't know. I'm having a really hard time with this question because I keep thinking that this is going to, represent me, and I should pick something that's like, this is the thing that is my thing, and it would be the awesomest thing that I could possibly do, and I'd be totally into it, and oh god, I don't know, what is that one thing? There's so many things, and some of them have already been said, and that makes me feel so unoriginal. Really, probably what I would have picked would be either Harry Potter or a suggestion of the Alice in Wonderland theme, or tea, or both. Both are awesome and totally things I like. Okay, so yeah, I really love Kara's suggestion of the Alice in Wonderland tea party ritual, which Kara can have this ritual totally have to invite me, but that would be really nice. Okay. You can have tea party, which is awesome, and tea is awesome, and great ritual. Also, if you were working with the caterpillar, you could incorporate hookah, hands, or you could burn the shisha tobacco as incense. We were also talking about how you can incorporate fairy tales into ritual, and all of the different lessons that are already incorporated into those fairy tales that we could explore in the course of the ritual, right? Yes? Okay. I know. I really especially like this idea of working with stories and characters that you sort of grew up on and were a part of your childhood, because I feel like those characters and stories are probably really deeply embedded in your psyche in some way, and you already have all of these deep, powerful, automatic emotions and associations with those characters and stories that I think would be really useful in ritual and would make them really effective and powerful. Also, obviously, just sort of makes it fun and creative and opens up all these realms of possibility. Yes. Also, I think you can really tell when there's a specific character or story or part of a story that draws you and captivates your attention and fascination in a really intense way. I think you can tell when there's resonances there, something that's really powerfully drawing you into that's worth exploring or worth learning from. For example, to answer the Star Wars part of this question, I find myself really drawn to that whole period of Yoda training Luke in this swampy planet of Dagobah. I think I'm really drawn to that idea in general of just going through training and having this wise teacher who takes you through that training and guides you to some kind of self-realization. I know the question is sort of asking more, what would you use in place of all the different aspects of a Wiccan-ish style ritual? But since I don't really do that, and I don't really use an athame to replace the lightsaber, or I don't use one god and one goddess to replace with different characters, I would probably more do an active imagination style ritual where exploring this idea of if I were on Dagobah, what would Yoda see in me, and what would he have to teach me? What kind of things would I face, and what kind of realizations would I come to in the process of doing that? I think I'd probably go into it without any real expectations because you gotta really see where it leads you. Just some personal. things in Star Wars that were inspired by the works of Joseph Campbell, I think, are mostly the kind of things that I would want to bring into ritual. The hero's journey kind of stuff. This whole process of self-transformation and self-realization. I do think that this would work really well for shadow work, though, because there's that one part where Luke senses the dark side of the Force, and then there's this dark, scary cave in the ground, and there's a weird sound going on, and he's like, "What's in it?" And then Yoda's like, "When it was people." Then he jumps down into the dark, scary cave, and there's Darth Vader. He gets out his lightsaber and fights him. And he cuts off his head. And then he looks in the ground. That would be a really interesting way of doing shadow work. You go down into that cave and visualize your shadow self and wrestle with that, and the aspects of yourself that sort of feed into the dark side of the Force kind of things. Yeah. Alright, so moving on to what I would do in a Harry Potter ritual. I've been a Harry Potter nerd for years now, so this one is near and dear to my heart. And there's so many great characters and concepts and things you could explore that it's ridiculous, really. There's so much you can do. But going by what I would be most likely to do, and I'm actually have to do this now, is I would probably work with the 4 Hogwarts houses. And most likely how I would do that is I would take the 4 Hogwarts houses and link them to the 4 suites in tarot, which seems pretty perfect and obvious, really. And I bet there's probably a Harry Potter tarot deck out there already, and if not, it's gotta be in someone's imagination waiting to come out, because that one kind of makes itself, right? So obviously Gryffindor would be wands, Ravenclaw would be swords, Slytherin would be coins, and Hufflepuff would be cups. Yeah, right? Even just working with the Hogwarts houses, you could work with representations, figures as representations of the houses, which you could either do as the animal symbols of the houses, you could do the ghosts, you could do the founders, do characters that you chose from each house. This was a really fun topic. Thank you, whoever suggested it. Wyld simple. And hopefully I will be seeing you guys again soon.